So I'm just on the way to the big heritage office in Chester, so I'm going to speak to Emma and get a bit of background on the Pokémon GO event in Chester and how it led to so many extra Pokestops around the city.
Okay. Hi, my name's Emma Stringfellow. I work at Big Heritage here in Chester, and we're a novel heritage organisation that tries to get people to engage with the world around them by doing new and different projects. The Pokémon Heritage Festival started really because Dean Patton, who's the managing director of Big Heritage, played Pokémon a lot with his son, as I do with my son, and thought it was a great idea going around heritage sites that you could play Pokémon as well. So he actually just sent John Hankey an email and said, wouldn't it be great if we did a project together? And John, amazingly, emailed us back and said, yeah, let's talk. So we had a very exciting day meeting him in London and putting the idea for the project together. And then that was in April this year, and by July we were running the project. The main thing that Niantic did for us was really create 120 new Pokestops in Chester. So my understanding is Chester now has the highest density of Pokestops in the world. That may not be true, but I'm sticking to it. We selected all those Pokestops based on our knowledge of Chester's history and gave all the coordinates and the photos and the information about them to try and make it a little bit more than just this is this thing. We tried to give some history about it as well. In addition to that, Niantic sponsored us to create the real world events that we did for the Heritage Festival, such as the reenactment camps and the passports and the Heritage Trail, which I think were a really popular feature because it gave people who weren't so keen on Pokemon but who were here with their trainer friends something to do, and also if the inevitable glitches happened then it was something else to do as well, and made a really great day out.
A big thank you to Emma for taking the time out to give me some insight into how Chester became the place to play Pokémon GO in the UK. So this video is a showcase of some of my favourite places in the city to play Pokémon, with a few sights and scenes to check out, and it'll hopefully inspire some more people to come play and make use of all that lovely new Pokestop XP. So Grosvenor Park's a beautiful location to play. It has Pokestops in a nice loop all the way around its perimeter, so you can come and have a nice picnic on the grass and chill out. And we have what's known as the Stone Circle, which has a gym and 2 Pokestops, which are great to have a sit down and set some lures. The Queen's Park Suspension Bridge is a great location which has a gym and it overlooks the River Dee. So along the river and while sitting at the bandstand there's a number of Pokestops you can sit in range of if you want to set some lures to try and bring in some of the water type Pokemon. Magikarp likes to hang out here if you need those Gyarados candies, or even if you want to try and find a shiny. The Bear and Billet and the Cross Keys are 2 little pubs where you can enjoy a drink and some lunch and be in range of a number of Pokestops. The Roman Gardens is a wonderful heritage-rich location, and it's just inside the impressive Roman walls. There's a couple of Pokestops and 2 gyms, and this seems to be quite a popular place for raids to spawn, on either one or sometimes both of the gyms. leading onto the amphitheatre. It's a very impressive feature of the Roman tours. But for us trainers, there's a few Pokestops you can get in range of altogether if you want to have a sit down and lure them up and enjoy the sights. Moving right into the city centre, where most of our Chester Pokémon GO playing happens, we have the Town Hall. So as you can see, you can get in range of quite a few Pokestops, which is great for luring. There's a number of benches you can sit down at, but the monument is our usual place to meet and congregate. The cross, which leads onto Northgate Street, Eastgate Street, Bridge Street and Watergate Street, has two gyms right at the same location pretty much, and it's central to the bulk of Chester's Pokestops. As you can see, we like to set some lures on the loop leading from the cross down Eastgate Street towards Eastgate Clock, then left all the way up past the cathedral back to the Town Hall Monument, then left again back down towards the cross. So with at least 25 Pokestops on the loop, it's great to wander around, walking those eggs whilst enjoying some catch and spin. Chester becoming such an awesome place to play Pokémon GO has brought visitors from all over the country. So one guy in particular visits us pretty regularly, and he comes from just north of Birmingham, which is about 90 minutes away from Chester. So I thought I'd have a little chat with him about the game and what inspires him to come here and play.
Right guys, so I am joined by Mark, and Mark is a player that comes to Chester to play from just north of Birmingham, is it Mark?
Just north of Birmingham in a small town called Darliston.
Lovely.
Just off junction 9 of the M6.
Wonderful. So if I just get you to introduce yourself a bit and tell us your trainer name and stuff.
Well, my name's Mark, my trainer name is ESOC666. I'm level 39 and I come to Chester to play Pokemon at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Lovely. So what first inspired you to come to Chester?
I think it was in the spring. Niantic had just announced that Chicago Fest was happening and there was going to be an event in Chester. It was co-organised by Big Heritage, I do believe.
Yeah, Big Heritage.
And all it was going to be extra stops, extra lures and a historical walk. But they were all going to be lured up. It's the place to come. It's probably the British Mecca, the British Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're levelling up, this is the place to come for a grind.
Lovely.
Bring the lucky eggs, bring a pack lunch and you're set.
Sorted. Well, it's nice to speak to you, dude. Enjoy the game.
Oh, I certainly will.